Hey there guys, my name is Paul Oz, and today for the first time on my channel ever, I'm reviewing a pedal. Can you believe it? It's finally happening. This is an Airis Effects Brutal Drive, and it is quite something. Just now you heard my angle powerball through my Marshall 2x12, through an SM7B, into Logic, raw, dry. Gonna keep it real raw dogging it today, alright guys? So let's get to it. This pedal has two switches, not one, but two, as you can see in camera B. And the left switch is basically a characterization kind of switch. So right now it's in modern mode. I don't even need to look at it, I know. And the middle setting is a boost mode, bottom setting is a vintage mode. The right toggle is like super tight in the middle, that's what it is, and quasi tight up top. And not tight at all on the bottom, of course, right? Basically, I hear it as like less bass on the middle setting and obviously tighter, and a bit more bass. That's why I have both switches up top right now, modern and a little bit tighter, just because this guitar can be a little bit flamboyantly flappy and flabby here and there. It's okay. So I'm gonna switch over and definitely click the on button here. It has two LEDs that are eyes. It's beautiful and it makes your guitar sound like a demon. So let's hear what Chaos sounds like. I'm gonna play another little bit without the effect on, and then I'm gonna switch on that pedal. Don't forget to tune. So as you can hear, it's quite ferocious. Now, I do like this pedal in the effects loop, which hasn't really been tried much before, but I love it in the effects loop. I basically remove the mids of the angle and I pretend like this is my mid box, which maybe isn't very good for the amp itself. I'm not certain if it is, but it sounds way more reasonable because the Powerball can be unreasonably harsh. And angles tend to have a bit of harshness in the higher end. I want to say like 5K and up, kind of gets a little bit like a cat is trying to claw at your lungs. So I'm gonna go through a little bit more of this effect, but then we're gonna switch over to the effects loop bit, and that's gonna be really cool, I think. So now let's try this for the genty thing that it's capable of being. The left switch is definitely on the modern setting, and the right switch is in the most tight setting. And I've obviously given it quite a little bit of juice. So let's hear how it sounds. Super tight. So definitely there are some volume discrepancies with the audio track and with what I'm playing through this amp and with this pedal. So it will affect your overall volume, which is something always to think about. It's a pedal, it's gonna be changing stuff up. I don't really think it should have too much hair on it if it's in the tightest position, because it just sounds like it's trying to gate something that is like going out of control. It's very Hulk right now. All the switches are in the same spots, but I've dialed it down a little bit. Let's less Hulkify it. pretty tight and fantastic, I think. I think that's actually fantastic. Like, I would use that recording a record to see if it works in a studio setting. I think that would be really, really great, because it seems to just make the tone more abrasive and aggressive without actually adding any kind of extreme discomforting harmonics or frequencies into it. It just sounds tight, basically. It made an amp that's, I mean, already with a noise gate in it sound tighter, which is kind of an impressive thing. Anyhow, let's switch over to the effects loop. Now, I haven't switched anything. This is what it sounds like with the switch on. Sounds pretty standard and pretty typical. I'm going to EQ the angle now and EQ this guy and show you why I like this pedal as much as I do. So here's the fun part for me, man. This is my favorite use for this pedal. I've got it EQ'd to my perfect specifications here. I drop the mids a lot in the angle itself, and so this is what it sounds like without the pedal. Because when you have no mids, play Pantera, right? So not very impressive, kind of, you know what I mean, cat clawing out your lungs once more. So now let's turn on the pedal. So this is the fun part for me, all right? I just feel like it sounds way more tame. The angle feels way more like hush, puppy, hush, calm yourself. And I think it really enhances the overall tone of the guitar, because it just sounds more natural. The angle has a lot of frizziness almost, and it's a great thing to be able to tame that with a pedal this small. I'm very impressed by it. Full metal body, by the way. I love that. I love good parts. Definitely take a look at these pedals, because they're interesting, and the guy keeps improving upon all of his pedals. And I'm sure there's some 2.0 versions and things like that coming out, and there's been runs all over the place. So take a look at them. The link is in the description, and yeah, I'm gonna play myself out because this is wicked.